Meanwhile, I'll start with a couple of current affairs questions that I found which were interesting. Very fact based, but just good to know. So I'll show you the question. Those who can attempt it, attempt it. Otherwise, I'll discuss the answer. Then we can continue with our topic. There's no logic here. It's just fact based. If you know it, you know it. Otherwise, if you don't know it, don't know it. I'm just giving it so because this is a good fact to discuss. So answer for this question is B, 2 and 3. Those of you who have gotten it correct, who have typed out B, I noticed a few of you typing out B. Very good, like you're keeping up with current affairs, which is a very good thing, especially for prelims. So yeah, so Arka Shubha is a type of marigold. It's a type of marigold which has been developed by ICAR. ICAR is Institute of Agriculture it's an agricultural research institute. I'll tell you the full form. One sec. Yeah, so no, and it's not developed by ICAR. It's developed by Indian Institute of Horticultural Research, IIHR. Okay. Arka Shubha is a type of marigold, and it is developed by Indian Institute of Horticulture Research. It has high crude carotene. Carotene is a vitamin which is good for the eyes. So, for example, carrots are said to be rich in carotene. So, Arka Shubha can be used for manufacture of carotene as well. Okay, carotene is important in the pharmaceutical industry as well as it is important for vitamin A, generation of vitamin A, and it can also be used as in the poultry sector. Okay, so 2 and 3 are correct. Answer is 2 and 3 are correct. And ICAR full form is Indian Council for Agricultural Research, but it's not been developed by ICAR. It's been developed by IIHR. Okay. Answer is B. Answer is B. B for Bombay. 2 and 3 only. Okay. Just small facts which are good to know in case anything is asked similar to this. Next, this I expect more of you to know. So take an attempt at this Artemis Accords. 30 seconds more. More of you should attempt this. This is a type of question which can be asked in prelims. Artemis Accords has been in news a lot. A lot it has been in news. Okay. We have also discussed related concepts. We have discussed related concepts. We've discussed related terms, just not the specific word Artemis. So you know that this is important. Artemis Accords. So answer and a decent amount of you have gotten it right. Answer is D. D for Delhi, which is neither. So why is the answer D? What is Artemis Accords? Okay, first, Artemis Accords is firstly, it is proposed by NASA. Okay, firstly, it has been proposed by NASA. Secondly, it deals with outer space exploration. So, Outer Space Treaty was made in 1967. Artemis Accords aims to use the principles of Outer Space Treaty as a basis to evolve a new framework for governance of outer space. And I'm saying this is important because even in current affairs, we have seen that outer space and space governance has become very important in recent years. Okay. And India has not signed this agreement. India, China, Russia, three preeminent space powers have not signed this agreement. So this agreement has conditions on what to do for outer space debris, what are the protocols for civilian launches, details like that. So China, Russia, and India have not signed it, and this has nothing to do with climatology. This is only about outer space. Is only to do with outer space and governance of outer space. Related to this, there's another term which is important, which is Mission Artemis. Mission Artemis is also by NASA, and Mission Artemis goal is by 2024 to put women mission on the moon. Okay, women astronauts to put them on the moon. Okay, that is Mission Artemis for 2024. Next is an easy question, just to mix things up. This I expect everyone to get it right. I'll give you like 10-15 seconds more. 10-15 seconds. Everyone who needs to answer, just answer. Who has not yet answered. Okay. So answer is A. Reverse charge mechanism is related to GST. It's related to GST, and basically how reverse charge mechanism. Some of you have got it wrong, so I'll explain the concept behind reverse charge mechanism. Reverse charge mechanism, what happens is that supposing I am a small player, okay. I am a what can I am a cotton farmer, okay. I'm a cotton farmer who is supplying cotton to a textile industry. Fine. Now, as a cotton farmer who's supplying cotton to a textile industry, I do not have the knowledge of how to apply for GST returns, right? So in such a case, you can have a reverse charge mechanism where instead of me paying the GST as a cotton farmer, you, the big textile farm, can pay GST on my behalf. So that is known as reverse charge mechanism. Fine. So reverse charge mechanism is a very specific term for GST. Okay, so there are so they say there's a doubt on, but even photovoltaic cells charge in the reverse way. Yes, that is true. But the term reverse charge mechanism is most applicable for GST collections. Okay, and that's why you need to go through the other options as well. If in the option there is something which you know to be correct, like reverse charge mechanism is a part of GST, is a known fact, then you have to mark the most appropriate option. So one sec, I'll put the next question. Next question is also, this is not related to batteries. That's what I'm saying. This is the reverse charge mechanism. That's how they'll confuse you. They'll confuse you because you will think charge is there, reverse is there, photovoltaic also takes photoelectric effect also results in the electrons moving in opposite directions. They'll confuse you with all these options. But if you have read current affairs, you will have clarity that reverse charge mechanism is related to GST. And there are lots of doubts related to this, so I'll explain it once more quickly. So basically, supposing you have farmers, cotton farmers who are supplying cotton to textile industries, okay? They are very small players, okay? They are very small players. Often they are illiterate. And even if you are literate, they do not have the level of skills, the skill required to file GST returns. Like imagine GST collections, right? GST collections, even I might find difficult to file as educated person, okay? So to make it easier to collect GST from these kinds of informal players, small level players, what the government proposed is a reverse charge mechanism. Reverse charge, why is it called reverse charge? Because GST is not being filed by the person supplying the good or services. GST is being supplied here by the person receiving the services. Okay. So person receiving the services here is who? He is the textile fellow. So textile fellow will file. Textile fellow will say, I bought for this much, therefore I'm paying GST of 18% and I'm filing my return like that. You need to try and be slightly faster because that way we can cover more questions. Okay, 30 seconds more. Yeah. So answer is 1 and 3. Answer is 1 and 3. Okay. So why is the answer 1 and 3? The most important thing to remember here is harmonized system of nomenclature on a term is issued by World Customs Organization. Okay. World Customs Organization, and they don't do much else. This is the most important thing they do in the world. World Customs Organization, the most important thing they do is design a harmonized system of nomenclature. Why do we have harmonized system of nomenclature? Because it is difficult to classify goods in the various types and to be known the world over. What does this mean? Okay. Supposing we have basmati rice, okay, and I'm supplying basmati rice to some place in Nigeria, okay. Nigerians might not know what is basmati rice, what tax to charge it at, what duty to level it at. No, they have no idea. Supposing on the other hand, we are importing into India, we are importing some type of Spanish tomato, okay. All the Indians might not know what that type of tomato is. Okay, maybe sun-dried tomato, something like that. Customs officials, especially at the border, might not know. So to make this entire customs process easier, what World Customs Organization does is it classifies all the possible goods that are possible in world trade using a 6-digit code. Similar to how there's Aadhaar number for individuals, for trade they've designed a numbering system. If the number is 1001, whatever, then maybe it is coal. It is grade 2 coal, code is 10001, and therefore it will be charged at 10% excise duty or something like that. Supposing it is grade A coal, grade 1 coal, code may be 10002, that will have different duty. Okay, so the goods are classified according to these numbering systems. This numbering system is designed by World Customs Organization. Now, why do we have an international organization doing the numbering? So that it is uniform across the world. If India has a separate numbering system, US has a separate numbering system, UK has a separate numbering system, again system will fail. No one will know. Okay. So instead we have World Custom Organization, which designs harmonic system of nomenclature known as HSN. And this HSN, they try to make it standard across the entire world. Fine. And this is used for import and export. That is the second statement. Second statement is definitely wrong. Now, between first and third statement, okay, third statement is right. Why? Because the Indian government has mandated the use of HSN. HSN is compulsory, and HSN is compulsory so that this duty avoidance, tax avoidance, all of this can be reduced. And first is obviously correct from our explanation that it is an identification code used for classification. Okay. So answer is 1 and 3. Okay. So GST code method is probably different, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the GST code and HSN code is exactly same. That I'm not aware. Okay. And yeah, for mains, because for some of you it might be the first time that you're hearing this. For mains, one of the main issues with HSN is that a lot of the products are just being classified under miscellaneous, because the exporters and importers don't want to go into the effort only of seeing what code is what product and classifying their products. So basically, they just say, this is also miscellaneous, tomato also miscellaneous, potato also miscellaneous, electronics also miscellaneous, and they classify everything as miscellaneous. So government is trying to crack down on that. Government is trying to crack down on that. Just a other fact for mains. And for that doubt about GST number is a 15-digit code. Okay, HSN is a 6-digit code, so they're not the same. GST code is a 15-digit code, which is used for filing returns. HSN is used for filing of customs. Okay. Any doubts in the current affairs questions we've done so? GST code is for filing of returns. Every entity that files returns has a GST code. Okay, and the GST code is different. It's a unique code. Right? Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the last section of agriculture, which is wool. WOOL, wool. HSN is a 6-digit code. HSN is a 6-digit code. Artemis mission is for 2024 by NASA, saying that women should land on the moon. Women astronauts should land on the moon. Okay, so let's look at wool, the wool industry in India. So India has the third largest sheep population in the world, which is why this is important, which is why we are looking at it. India has third largest sheep population in the world. Majority of Indian wool is of coarse quality. Coarse meaning like cheap quality. It is of coarse quality or cheap quality. Because it is of cheap quality, most of the Indian wool is used in the carpet industry, handmade carpet industry. So wool, third largest sheep population, coarse quality, and majority is used in handmade carpet industry. Okay. Small quantities of special fiber of special fiber is obtained, which is used for apparels. Small quantity of special fiber is obtained, which is used for apparels. And where is this special fiber obtained from? It is obtained from Pashmina goats and Angora rabbits. Okay, Pashmina, you would have heard this term. Pashmina is a very important type of goat, which is used for manufacture of Pashmina textiles. Pashmina textiles are supposed to be very fine, very soft, very premium quality from Kashmir. So small quantities of the specialty fiber is obtained from Pashmina goats. Also known, and once it's obtained, it becomes Pashmina wool. And Angora rabbits. Angora rabbits. Yeah, Pashmina was in the Hindu. It was in the Hindu front page 2 days back. 2 days, no, not front page, but that there was a national news. National news that Kashmir government is planning renewal of Pashmina. Okay, so Pashmina goat, small amounts of specialty fibers obtained. So let's look at wool production in India then. Okay, wool is the only natural fiber in which the country is deficient. Wool is the only natural fiber in which the country is deficient. Also, someone has suggested an addition to the notes that India is also the largest producer of cotton and millets. Largest producer of millets, I'm aware. Cotton, just verify once. I don't want to say anything that might be incorrect. But yeah, India is the largest producer of millets, probably largest producer of cotton as well. Please check once. Okay. So wool is the only natural fiber in which India is deficient. What are the other natural fibers? Other natural fibers are cotton, jute. In all these, India produces quite well. India produces these fibers quite highly. But in wool, India is deficient. Why is India deficient? Because the indigenous production is only of coarse quality wool, not of fine quality wool. Okay. So fine quality wool, India still imports. Fine quality wool, India still imports. In terms of wool production, India is the 7th largest producer in the world. In terms of wool production, India is 7th largest wool producer in the world. However, it is mostly of coarse quality, meaning poor quality mostly. So what is the state-wise distribution? Production of wool, Rajasthan is highest. Rajasthan has 44%. Someone has verified and said that cotton, China is the largest producer, India is the 2nd largest producer. Again, I request you to verify this. Sorry, I don't have the statistic for this. But if someone can verify and tell me, then we can add it to the notes. But millets, yeah, millets, India is the largest producer. I recall reading that somewhere. So Rajasthan, 44%, largest producer of wool in India. Other important producers are Jammu Kashmir, Karnataka, Jammu Kashmir 2nd, Karnataka 3rd. Okay, largest wool producers is Rajasthan, then Jammu Kashmir, then Karnataka. What about processing of wool? The processing of wool, Punjab is highest, meaning conversion of wool into fiber. Punjab is 40%. Punjab 40% of wool conversion, processing of wool into fiber. Punjab does 40%. Okay, and finally, why is wool important? Because wool has lower thermal conductivity than cotton. Wool has lower thermal conductivity than cotton. And because wool has lower thermal conductivity than cotton, it acts as a better insulator. It can be used by people in cold climates. Cotton cannot be used by people in cold climates. That's the importance of wool. So that is wool. We're done with wool. Wool important facts: Rajasthan largest producer, Punjab does most of the processing, and India produces poor quality wool. Seventh largest producer, third largest sheep population. In terms of cotton production, most of you seem to be saying that India's second largest and China is the largest. Yeah, it seems to be right. We're giving it with numbers. So yeah, I think probably China only is the largest producer of cotton and India is second. But in case there is any difference from this, any verified source which says otherwise, please let me know. Otherwise, if any question is asked, largest producer of cotton, we should mark China. Mark China and India second. Yeah, I have some other, just some basic statistics. I'll just revise them for you that I've collected. Let me know if there is any change. So we already saw that coffee largest producer is Karnataka. Tea largest producer is Assam. Tea largest producer is Assam. Sugarcane largest producer is UP. Okay. Cotton largest producer is Gujarat. Jute largest producer is West Bengal. Jute largest producer is West Bengal. In terms of oil seeds, groundnut largest is Gujarat. Mustard is Rajasthan. Groundnut Gujarat. Mustard Rajasthan. Soybean is Madhya Pradesh. And sunflower is Karnataka. Sugarcane, tea, coffee, we already discussed in detail. So you are aware, tea is Assam, coffee is Karnataka, sugarcane is UP. These are the largest producers of the crops. Then fiber crops, cotton, highest is Gujarat. Why? Because Gujarat has black soil. Jute, highest is West Bengal. Jute, almost entirely jute production in the world also is West Bengal only. Oil seeds, groundnut. Groundnut is Gujarat. Mustard is Rajasthan. Soybean is MP. And sunflower is Karnataka. Maize is also Karnataka. Very factual information, but it can be useful for you to answer some questions. And last part of human geography, the types of collared work. White collar is like people working in professional industries, in professional roles as managers. White collar workers are professional workers working in high technology, high managerial position, like that. Those are white collar workers. Blue collar workers are the ones working in industry, in manufacturing, in ports, in logistics, like truck drivers and all. Those are blue collar workers. Okay. So white collar workers are managers and working in high technology, high managerial positions, stuff like that. Blue collar workers are those who are working in industries. Red collars are individuals working in primary industries, primary activity. Red collar are people working in primary activity. And gold collar are people working in research, data interpretation, emerging technology. These are known as gold collar workers. Gold collar workers are those working in research, in development of new technologies. These are known as gold collar workers. Security guard will be blue collar worker. To answer a doubt, security guard will be a blue collar worker. Okay. Any doubts? Can we move on to questions? If this thing is completely clear, we can move on to questions. Primary sector is the sector interacting with raw materials. So agriculture, mining, these are all primary sector. Secondary sector is manufacturing. Okay, seems like there's, let's move on to questions. Geography, we'll start with an easy question. This question we have discussed these details. I expect you all to get it right. Okay, I'm going to keep it short this time so that we can do more questions. Answer is D. D for Delhi. Fine. I think very straightforward. We have discussed this in class also in during the revision. Any specific doubt or can I move forward? Answers D. Most of you seem to have gotten it right also. Okay. So basically, we spoke about evolution of the Earth, that initial Earth, what it was like, then how that atmosphere evolved. Fine. Next, let's look at the next question. Next question, if you have all made next couple of questions, they may seem straightforward and they are, but if you have made that chart, when I told you to make that chart with all the weather, with rainfall pattern, vegetation, characteristic, important name, if you have made that, the next few questions will be very easy. If you have revised it. Okay. Answer is C. Answer is C, and unfortunately, I think less than half of you answered C. Okay, and let's run through the logic of this. Okay, and how many of you made the chart that I was asking you to make? Did all of you make the chart? If you make that chart, I'm certain that these questions will become much more simple. If you make that chart and if you revise that chart, it will become like this. These type of climate-based questions. You can see how this can be confusing. But if you make that chart, I guarantee it will become much, much more simple. Okay. So first fact to remember for this, okay, is we're talking about Arctic region. Okay. The minute we say Arctic, where does Arctic come in our classification? Arctic is the region north of 60 degrees, 66 degrees, 70 degrees north. Okay, that is the Arctic region. Arctic region, what did we say? Arctic region has low rainfall and has permafrost. We said permafrost is a very important characteristic. Okay. In such a condition, can convectional rainfall be possible? Convectional rainfall, where is convectional rainfall possible? Where did we discuss convectional rainfall? Equatorial region. Equatorial region, we said that there will be very high convectional rainfall. Why? Because there is heat. Heat leads to evaporation. Evaporated water has high relative humidity, condenses and falls as rain. That is convectional rainfall. When you do not have the heat itself in Arctic region, there is no scope for convectional rainfall. So immediately you need to say 2 is wrong. If 2 is wrong, you're left between A and C. Between A and C. And why are these meadows possible in coastal lowlands? We discussed this also. I said this specific term. I said that in the near the coast you will have vegetation in Arctic region. Inside in the interior you will not have. And the reason is coastal region, at least you will have some rainfall coming because of wind. Because of coastal winds that are coming, coastal moisture that is coming, you have rain, not due to convection. Okay. So which is why answer is 1 and 3, which is C. Fine. I sent the chart, but the most important thing about that chart is you need to make it yourself. I already sent it. I already sent it on the group on CSB. To CSB, CSB sent it on the group. If you have any doubts, take it from your friends or ask CSB for that picture again. I've already sent it to CSB. Fine. Use that chart. The important thing is to make it yourself. If you make it yourself, all these climate-based questions you will be able to answer. I guarantee it. But you need to make it yourself. You need to take the effort to make it yourself. Okay. Next question. Next question also we have discussed. This question I expect at least most of you to get it right. Okay. Like it's nice to see all most of you, 80-90% of you have gotten this answer right. Answer is C. Answer is savanna. Okay. Answer is savanna. And remember, I said that savanna. I mentioned savanna as a type of transitional climate. And what does transitional mean? You're going from the deciduous forests to savanna to desert. Okay, that is the pattern. So savanna has characteristics of both deciduous as well as of desert. And again, if you refer to the one sec, give me a second. Did everyone get the picture? This is a template. This is a template for how you should make your notes, but you need to make it yourself. You need to read the chapter. And I just sent it. I just sent a file. Did you all get the file? Check in chat. Fine. Yes or no? Yeah. People are saying that they got the file. I've sent the file. Just refer to the chat. Refer to the chat. I've sent the file. I've also asked CSB to send it on your group. So ask CSB also. Call CSB up and ask them if, yeah, the same file that you already have, I've sent it. Okay. Yeah, the others also saying that they've already sent it. What I want you to do is make it yourself. You need to make these notes yourself. If you make it yourself, you will be able to answer all these types of questions. These types of climate region based questions you will be able to answer. Okay. Next is a physical geography question. Okay, nice. This question almost all of you have gotten it right. Answer is D. All three statements are right. Does anyone need an explanation, or can we move to the next question? Okay, we move to the next question. The details of that question are all there in NCERT. They're all there in NCERT. This is a very basic question. Answer is D. D for Delhi. Okay. This question is also straightforward, but I'll use this question to explain the types of different rainfall. There were lots of doubts: convectional rainfall, frontal rainfall, whatever. I'll use this question to explain the four types of rainfall. So answer quickly and we can move to the explanation. 30 seconds more. 30 seconds more and we'll move to the explanation. Okay. So I see that there is most of you, 80% of you have answered D for Delhi. But I see that there is some confusion between D and A. There's some confusion between D and A. Okay. So let's go through what all the different options mean. Option A is intense heating of the Earth's surface. Intense heating of the Earth's surface is known as convectional rainfall. I'll send the spelling. Intense heating of the answer is D. D for Delhi. Intense heating of the Earth's surface is known as convectional rainfall. But convectional rainfall lo em avutadante convectional rainfall lo mana water cycle concept చదివినప్పుడు రెయిన్ ఎలా పడుతుంది ఎలా చదువుకుంటాము వాటర్ హీట్ అవుతుంది హీట్ అయినప్పుడు వాటర్ వేపర్ గా కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది వాటర్ వేపర్ వెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కన్వర్టెడ్ టు water vapor cloud formation is there. Okay, cloud formation, after that when the clouds become too heavy it falls down as rain. So that is the concept of convectional rainfall. Okay, so convectional rainfall is caused due to intense heating of the earth's surface. What is the second part? Second part, moisture laden wind coming in contact with mountains. This is known as relief or orographic rainfall. Okay. Option 2 is known as relief or orographic rainfall. Okay. Why? Because winds with moisture are coming, they're going up the mountain. When they go up the mountain, they will cool down. Because of cooling, it falls down as rain. Third is seasonal reversal of winds. Seasonal reversal of winds is known as monsoon rain. Anytime there is reversal of winds, seasonal reversal of winds is the definition of monsoon. So rain that is associated with reversal of winds is also known as monsoon rainfall. And last is D, mixing of two air masses with different temperatures. What happens when two air masses with different temperatures mix? There is the creation of a front. Okay, there's a creation of a front. And therefore, the rainfall associated with this is known as frontal rainfall. Okay, it is also known as frontal rainfall. And frontal rainfall is responsible for cyclones, rainfall in temperate regions. Fine. Let's move forward. At least types of rainfall are clear for those who were not entirely sure of some of the basics. Yeah, warm and cold air. Warm and cold air, when they mix, they'll form a front. Okay. This is a conceptual question. This question you cannot solve by mugging up any facts. This question is purely conceptual. Okay. Think carefully. Think about the logic carefully and then answer. I want you all to try and attempt this question. Take a bit more time, but attempt this question. I'll tell you why. Okay. This type of conceptual question, there's a very high tendency that all of you will attempt. All of you will attempt the question, and it will, like, not only is this a question that you should try and get right, this is a question that is very, very important to get right to qualify prelims. But if you get it wrong, you will feel very bad. You will actually feel very, very bad when you get it wrong, that అయ్యో ఇంత సింపుల్ ఆ లాజిక్, ఇది కొంచెం ఇంకా ఆలోచించుంటే కరెక్ట్ గా చేస్తుండే పని. Okay, this is a very conceptual question. All of you need to attempt it. And I'll take like some time extra, but I'll explain this concept till it's clear. 30 seconds more. Okay. So answer is B. B for Bombay. 2 only. And very few of you have gotten it right. Very few of you have gotten it right. Even though this is a basic question, all the facts that you need to solve this question are there in NCERT. Okay. We have looked at very complex questions so far today. We have looked at complex questions where the fact itself we do not know. Like the plant by Indian Institute of Horticultural Research. Okay. Arka Sindhu, like nobody knows. Like we like this, that you might not have heard that term. That question, if you leave, it is okay. It is acceptable. These questions which are from NCERT, you cannot afford to miss. Okay. These are questions directly from NCERT. Fine. So then how do we solve this? Let's look at it step by step, and how to break the logic down of each statement as to whether it is correct or wrong. First statement is rate of decrease of temperature of oceans with depths is lower at equator than at poles. Okay. The phrasing of the statement is complex, but the statement itself, the logic is simple. So break the statement down. What is the statement saying? Statement is asking temperature decrease. Where is it higher? Where is it lower? At equator or at poles? Okay. Temperature decrease with depth. Depth తో పాటు అంటే ఓషన్ లోపలికి ఇంకా డీప్ గా వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు టెంపరేచర్ డిక్రీజ్ ఎక్కడ ఇంకా స్ట్రాంగ్ గా ఉంటుంది? పోల్స్ దగ్గర ఇంకా ఎక్కువ ఉంటుందా, లేకపోతే ఈక్వేటర్ దగ్గర ఎక్కువ ఉంటుందా? ఓకే. సో ద డిక్రీజ్ ఆఫ్ టెంపరేచర్ విత్ డెప్త్ will be higher at equator than at poles. Now, why is this? కొంచెం నంబర్స్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని ఎగ్జామిన్ చేసుకుందాం, సరేనా? ఇప్పుడు సపోజింగ్ వీఆర్ లుకింగ్ at depth of 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer into the ocean. Temperature is negative, is very low. Okay, sarena? So but temperature at 1 kilometer below the ocean is the same whether you're at equator or at poles. Okay, 1 kilometer below the ocean, temperature is the same whether you're at equator or poles. Okay, this is there in the NCERT as an isocline, as halocline, thermocline, isocline. These figures are there in NCERT. Okay, Suppose, I don't remember the exact figure, but suppose it is minus 27 degrees Celsius. Suppose, I don't remember the exact number, but supposing 1 kilometer below Earth's surface, it is minus 27 degrees Celsius or whatever, 4 degrees, 2 degrees, whatever number. Okay. At equator, what is temperature of water? Equator low temperature of water is 27 degrees Celsius. Okay. And at pole, what is temperature of water? At pole, temperature of water is 0 degrees, 1 degree, minus 2 degrees, something like that. Okay. Now, where will rate of decrease of temperature be higher? It will be higher at equator. Why? Because equator low temperature is going from 27 degrees to something like 1-2 degrees, left minus 5 degrees, something like that. Okay. In the pole, what is temperature difference? Pole low temperature difference is much lesser. Why? Because pole is already cold. So rate of temperature decrease in oceans with depth is higher at equator than at poles. And the facts that you need to solve this are all there in NCERT. Where is the gap? Gap is mana understanding lo, mana solve chese vidhanam lo. Aithe idi so to try and solve these kinds of questions, the only way is to solve even more questions. ఇలాంటి క్వశ్చన్ సాల్వ్ చేయడానికి మళ్ళీ ఎన్సీఆర్టీ చదివి ఇది ఇలాంటి క్వశ్చన్ సాల్వ్ అవ్వవు. ఇలాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ చేయాలంటే ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి. ఇంకా క్వశ్చన్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకుంటా ఉంటే ఈ క్వశ్చన్ ని సాల్వ్ చేయాలి, క్రాక్ ఎలా చేయాలి, ఈ లాజిక్ ఎలా వాడాలి, ఆ హ్యాబిట్ అవుతుంది. అది హ్యాబిట్ అయినప్పుడు ఇంకా ఈజీగా సాల్వ్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, సో ఫస్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఇస్ రాంగ్. I hope it's clear. Rate of decrease will be higher at equator because temperature is higher at equator. Temperature equator lo high ఉన్నప్పుడు decrease కూడా ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది కదా equator దగ్గరే. Fine. Second statement is winds blowing from the land towards the ocean help in upwelling of cold water at the coast. Okay. Now we know that upper layer of water is warmer than lower layer. Why is upper layer of water warmer? Because upper layer gets sun rays. Sun direct ga falls on the upper layer of water. So upper layer of water is warmer. Ippudu if there's wind, ఆ wind వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది? ఆ wind వల్ల upper layer of water waves గా మూవ్ అయిపోతుంది. ఓకే, ఆ wind వల్ల upper layer of water మూవ్ అయిపోతుంది. Our upper layer of water, if it moves, then what is below? Below you have the colder water. Colder water will rise to the top. Okay, so second statement is correct. Why? Warm water is at the top. Warm water is moving away because of the wind. If warm water moves away because of the wind, cold water will rise to the top. Okay, so second statement is correct. Now third statement is enclosed seas in high latitudes records higher temperature than the open seas. Okay, enclosed seas in high latitudes records higher temperature than open seas. This is there in NCERT. The statements relating to this are there in NCERT. Exact NCERT term is enclosed seas in low latitudes record higher temperature than open seas. So this third statement is wrong because in low latitudes high temperatures untai, in higher latitudes you have lower temperatures. Why? Because the interaction of the enclosed sea interaction with the ocean is less. Therefore, temperature extremes will be higher. In the lower latitudes, you will have higher temperature. In higher latitudes, you will have lower temperature. Okay. So this is basically from NCERT. What I want you to understand is, in order to do such types of questions well, the key is to practice as many questions as possible. If you keep practicing questions, keep going through the logic, you will be able to do the questions much better and much faster. Okay. So tomorrow, just to verify, what do you want to focus on? We can either do theory from some other topics, or or we can focus on completing questions from geography. Geography questions, I've collected at least some 15-20 more. So, okay, fine. Most of you are saying questions. Since I've collected the questions, let's finish the questions. We'll finish the questions tomorrow. We'll do questions, and with that, we'll complete geography. Okay, so we'll meet again tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll try and do as many questions as possible. Revise and come. Revise and come. If you give me the answers faster, then we can do more questions, because I have at least some 20-25 questions more. And like today, I'll include some current affairs questions also, some 4-5 current affairs questions, which I think are important. We'll combine them and try and finish tomorrow.